Hello, I'm Wolf, and today I will review the finale to My Little Pony Season 7. Where are the other reviews? Well, I didn't like most of the episodes, so I'm not dedicating time for a full-length review. Instead, I'll combine them into something called Rapid Fire Reviews. I'll explain more in that video. But here we have Shadow Play Parts 1 and 2. Star Swirl the Bearded teaming up with the main six to defeat the Pony of Shadows. What could go wrong? Well, it opens how the premiere to the series started, with a pony talking about the elements of harmony. In this case, it's Star Swirl, the fanfiction wizard. You know, that guy who had no understanding of friendship at all. Except his elements are outdated synonyms with him at the center because he forgot to check his ego. Also, the characters are basically from the comics and previous episodes. We'll also see the origin of the Pony of Shadows, and it's kinda stupid. He basically wanted power and wasn't included in their stupid group and became controlled by shadows. So, basically a bad fanfiction villain. Oh god, they brought Sunburst back! Send him back to the pits of the Crystal Kingdom! Also, he reads the last entry and everyone is surprised about it. Why? Celestia and Luna knew him ages ago and are surprised that he might be dead. He isn't immortal. He dies. So they're happy that they know how Star Swirl died at the very least. The legend that were in the Campfire Tales were also apparently real, which isn't surprising as MLP makes all legends real people. Twilight and Sunburst have a bookgasm but are still unable to crack the secrets to his book. Of course, Starlight can read Star Swirl's ancient language because she's basically Felicity Smoke at this point. The main cast make it to Stonehenge, and Twilight accidentally solves the mystery by giving up and placing the book down. Star Swirl comes in hologram form, and we see a recreation of the final stand. And by final stand, I mean Venom Pony webbing them away while they seal him with their magic items. So, mystery solved. Episode over. I wish. Twilight understands the spell that allowed Star Swirl to remove from play Venom Pony because we need to get to the juicy stuff. Star Swirl's spell basically trapped him and his friends and the Pony of Black Ooze in limbo, or purgatory. Why? Because death is impossible in a kid's show. So Twilight comes up with the genius plan of opening up limbo to free Star Swirl and his group so they can live again in present times. One tiny problem with that. Should allow a Pony of Shadows to escape and be responsible for the damages he will create in his path of destruction. Why am I angry? Because Twilight just became a fucking idiot. She doesn't think that the Pony of Shadows would escape despite him being in the same location as the ones she wants to save. They then need to gather the magic items held by the friends, so I'll just skip this part because it involves a smug archaeologist, a crazy gardener, Dragon Griff almost murdering Spike, hippie bee dancing, and draining of slime. So they open up the portal and they release the Pony of Darkness, of course. This first part went by so fast that I didn't even care. I've seen a plot like this done before, except better as well. Legendary heroes sacrifice themselves to trap a foe in a state he can't escape from, but the hero or someone else frees them and doesn't realize that they also free the big baddie. Twilight is much smarter than this. To have Starlight, of all people, be the one who slightly calls Twilight out for this is annoying. Sunburst was always an idiot who I didn't care for, but they made Twilight dumb for the sake of having an awesome looking villain. If she and Sunburst weren't too busy sucking Star Swirl's massive dick, if Twilight and Sunburst weren't too busy fanning over how Star Swirl is an awesome mage, she would have realized that freeing him and the pillars was impossible without freeing the demon they trapped with them. And again, it went by so fast for me. Previous episodes that I was engaged with went by slow, but at least were entertaining, or painful. It's a sad thing when I have to say that the Flurry Heart episodes had me more engaged than this Star Swirl fanfiction fest. But now, let's move to part 2. Twilight is an idiot.
Your pitiful attempt to imprison me has failed, Star Swirl.
Okay, writer, did you even read the previous episode script? The spell worked. It failed because Twilight was an idiot and thought she could bring back only the pillars. It was because of outside forces from the future that he escaped, not Star Swirl's lame magic. The Pony of Shadows then destroys all the pillars because he isn't an idiot. Twilight and Starlight stand up to the Pony of Shadows because Twilight's magic is weak without Starlight. So the Pony of Shadows runs off and Star Swirl hates everyone. They strike off Star Swirl's horn some more, and it is revealed that they planted the Tree of Harmony. So Star Swirl plans to use the Tree of Harmony and the Elements of Harmony to banish the Pony of Shadows once again. Oh, so now they remember the Elements of Harmony are a thing, because they want to get rid of them again. Twilight is sad that her senpai hates her, and says that Starlight was pretty much right. Twilight then wants to take things into her own hands and sacrifice the elements to re-banish the Pony of Darkness, but keep her senpai around while Starlight's plan might involve just murdering him. We get scenes of the old ponies seeing the new age land and being fish out of water, kind of. The old ponies believe they still need to sacrifice themselves for the greater good, while Star Swirl still hates Twilight. And for good reason. We then get Starlight's plan of talking things out with the Pony of Shadows. How dense are you, Starlight? The story of him was him stealing the magical stuff to essentially take over the world, even if it's a little biased. You cannot befriend someone who has been fully tainted by darkness and said that he would make darkness rule over everything. Starlight's reasoning for this is because the map only sends them off to friendship problems. We then see what the rift between the legends and the Pony of Shadows was by going back to the time of the Sirens. Oh, and they were easily defeated because we need to suck Star Swirl's horn some more. He became jealous of their abilities and wanted to do some ritual to summon darkness or something. The next time they see him, he's just controlled by darkness. You know, Yusuke Fujiwara was a much better character who searched for darkness. What? You don't know who that is? Well, he's from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and he summoned darkness because he wanted to kill the pain and fear of his heart of when he would just be forgotten by those closest to him. This pony here just wasn't included. They go to his location and easily find him, have a small talk, and then immediately try to rebanish him. However, Stygian peeks out and Twilight jumps in to talk. An actual thing Twilight might actually do if she were written well. Stygian reveals that he wanted to make copies so he could fight alongside the ponies he called friends. Once he was kicked out, only Darkness listened and he answered its call. That's actually a pretty good backstory. Albeit cliched, but still an interesting tale. But Starlight comes in to say that Twilight can help him because Starlight is an example of a reformed villain. Not a good example, but she is an example. Twilight tries to pull him out, but the Shadow is trying to keep him in. Again, a good scene. But since it's the final 5 minutes, we need a quick change of heart from the asshole Star Swirl. So now Star Swirl and the others get to remain alive, and the elements are safe. Time to forget both of those, because that's what the writers are best at. I wanted to like this episode. I really did. But it was a massive failure on almost every level. Why do I feel this way? Well, the first part was them talking about Star Swirl and praising him and then wasting time on finding his artifacts to bring him back, while Starlight is the one who thinks that saving them might not be all that good. Starlight has to be the voice of reason because she is Felicity Smoke at this point. Star Swirl and the Legends had little to no character. I mean, I can understand why Star Swirl had almost no character, because in Magical Mystery Cure, Celestia says that he didn't understand friendship. The only reason the events of the episode happened is because Twilight was an idiot and wanted to see her senpai. And I'm not joking about that. She wanted to be praised and prove herself to Star Swirl, while Starlight is doing the "it's not always good to meet your idols" thing. But the Pony of Shadows is probably the only slightly good thing about this. His backstory, though generic, could have been expanded upon more. He helped bring the Legends together, but they didn't include him because he didn't have magic power. Could have been a misunderstanding that they didn't want him to be thrown into danger, but whatever. He wanted to create his own artifacts, but they thought he was trying to steal their powers, because that hasn't been done before. But he had a legitimate reason to be taken in by darkness. They kicked him out with hatred in their eyes, and he was alone as far as we know. He was easy prey. The other good part with the Pony of Shadows is when Stygian is being pulled out from the shadows. Why? because it shows that he does want to be friends with them, but he still can't let go of what they did to him long ago. It's only with the help of the legends he's able to escape, and Starscream even apologizes for how they treated him in the past. Sadly, it's not enough to give this a good score. I have to give it a 2 out of 10. There was barely any time given to the legends. Starlight was right because Twilight was an idiot looking for her senpai. The events go by so fast. I only like the Pony of Shadows because of what could be done with him, and his design is actually pretty cool, even if it reminds me a lot of Venom. Again, I wanted to like this episode. I thought it could be a more action-like episode like when Tira came, but instead it just went super fast to me, while my most hated episode left more of an impression on me because the time was managed well in that one. If you like this episode, I want your opinions on why you do. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see all you later. Bye-bye!